Alhaji Alatoye Folurunsho Abdulaziz, the Emir of Ahmadiyya Mission in Nigeria, and Bisiru Mohammed Lukuma Adio, the Emir of Ahmadiyya Mission in Benin, congregants of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, I wish all of you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It is with profound gratitude to the Almighty Allah that I join you once again on this day at this very important event. It is significant to note that this is my first public engagement and is taking place just 48 hours after being sworn in as president of our great nation. I'm therefore very delighted to be meeting with you. Let me take this opportunity through you once again to say thank you to the people of Ghana for the confidence reposed in me to once again lead this dear nation of ours. I want to also thank you for the warm welcome I always get when I attend the Jalsa. As Maulana Nur said, I was on these very holy grounds last year, and I sought your prayers and your support to be able to achieve the desire that we all had on our hearts. And Allah listened to our supplications, and today it has become the reality. And so I've come back to these holy grounds to say thank you to you and thank you to Allah for His blessings on us. This occasion marks the 92nd annual Jalsa Salana of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission in Ghana, and it's a profound reminder of the values we hold dear: justice, peace, and unity. And today's theme, rightfully, is justice and peace, the essential ingredients for national development. And this does not only reflect these values, but is at the same time thought-provoking. As I return to these sacred grounds of Bagi Ahmed, that is the Garden of Ahmad, I'm filled with a deep sense of belonging. The Ahmadi community's remarkable ability to convene such large gatherings with such breathtaking harmony and discipline is an inspiring testament to the ideals of order and unity. These ideals are principles that are in short supply in our nation today. And it is important for our nation to emulate the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, especially as we navigate the challenges that lie ahead of us as a country. Before I proceed, I wish to first and foremost extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Almighty Allah for the blessings He has bestowed on Ghana. With another peaceful and successful general election, the trust that Ghanaians have placed in me is both humbling and inspiring, and I recognize the weight of this responsibility my fellow countrymen have put on my shoulders. I'm particularly grateful for the prayers and support of Maulana Nur and the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, the National Chief Imam, and religious leaders across all faiths. Your spiritual guidance and unshakable commitment to Ghana's peace and progress have been invaluable. Amir Chairman, my brothers and sisters, last year during my visit to London, I had the privilege of meeting His Holiness Khalifatul Masih V Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad. His wife's counsel and prayers were very important, and they continue to inspire me as I take on the immense responsibility of leading this nation. His sharp memory of his days in Ghana was remarkable, and his understanding of Ghanaian culture and tradition was very impressive. I came away after spending almost 3 hours with him, very impressed at his leadership of the Ahmadiyya faith. Justice and peace are the bedrock of our national aspirations. And as the Holy Quran reminds us in Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 135, we are called to uphold justice even against ourselves. This powerful mandate also underscores the necessity of impartiality and fairness in governance. Justice must always not only be done, but must be seen to be done and must be felt by all. Justice is a moral compass that must guide our every decision, every law, and every interaction in our nation. To this end, the new NDC administration is resolutely committed to strengthening our justice system to ensure judicial independence and address the systemic inequalities that currently exist. I can assure you that this administration will work tirelessly to ensure that every Ghanaian, regardless of your status or background, is treated with dignity and afforded equal protection under the law. Amir, Chairman, my brothers and sisters, to achieve this objective of justice, we would have to move the stalled constitutional review process forward. To achieve this, I would soon establish a committee to begin the planning of a national constitutional review validation conference to achieve broad consensus on the way forward for the constitutional amendments that we have all proposed. My brothers and sisters, similarly, peace is a divine blessing of God, but it requires a concerted effort to maintain. And as Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us, peace is the foundation upon which communities flourish. In this vein, our government will prioritize dialogue over unilateralism. We shall build consensus as we move along together. We shall encourage religious harmony and engage leaders across all faiths to continue to promote mutual understanding. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community's inspiring motto, and I quote, "Love for all and hatred for none," is a powerful example of this kind of peace and unity that we must strive to achieve as a nation. It is a call to action for every Ghanaian to contribute to a just and peaceful society. Amir Chairman, we are assuming office at a critical time in our nation's history. Ghana is faced with significant challenges, but that is exactly the reason why you elected us. We will transparently let you understand what those challenges are, and we will take responsibility for solving them. The Reset Agenda presents our collective commitment to restoring good governance, achieving economic stability, and creating opportunities for all. And that is exactly what we shall do. It is our blueprint for national progress and will not waver in its implementation. Let me give you examples of some of the challenges we face immediately. For instance, a planned shutdown of the West African gas pipeline was supposed to take place in October last year. At the intervention of this government, it was postponed till January. This is a long delayed maintenance and has to be urgently done. But what it means is that there will be no gas available for all our generating plants in the east of Ghana, that is the Tema Enclave, because it will have curtailed the gas coming from Nigeria and the gas that comes in the reverse flow from our gas processing plants in the west. And so it means that the thermal generating plants in the Tema Enclave would have no access to gas. And normally, to forestall blackouts because of the loss of almost 2,000 megawatts of power, we have to make provision for fuel. And this is light crude oil, heavy fuel oil, and distillate fuel. Unfortunately, enough provision was not made for this eventuality. When the fuel arrives, it takes time to import it, 3 weeks to place an order and get it delivered. And when it arrives, you have to treat the fuel for another week and a half to make it ready for use in the generating plants. And so there's a threat of power outages. But my brothers and sisters, don't despair. Like I said, you elected us to solve the problems, not to put the blame on anybody else or to shoulder you with those problems. And so yesterday I called a meeting of all the stakeholders in the electricity value chain. And they have been sitting since yesterday to today to come out with innovative solutions so that we're able to keep the lights on. And so I can assure you, with some of the ideas they've come up with, we would make sure that your lights stay on and that we do not have doomsday, as you popularly call it. Amir Chairman, education is the cornerstone of national progress. And to this end, as promised, while strengthening basic education, we will sustain and enhance the free SHS policy so that we gain the benefits that it is intended to bestow. We will address challenges such as overcrowding to ensure quality education at all levels. Our plans also include free tuition for first-year students entering public tertiary institutions, the completion of abandoned e-blocks, and investments to provide equitable learning opportunities nationwide and across the whole education value chain. These initiatives will empower our youth with the skills needed to excel in a rapidly changing world. We shall emphasize technical vocational education and training so that we can produce the skilled manpower that is needed for business and industry. I'm going to set up a planning committee to start working on the National Education Review Conference that I promised. This conference will review our educational system right from the kindergarten through the basic to secondary to tertiary to technical vocational education, and identify what the hindrances to quality education are at each level of our educational system. I believe that this conference will come out with new ideas in order to provide us the outcomes that we need as a nation. Amir Chairman, a key focus of our administration is economic revitalization, as I said in my inaugural speech. This is going to be our immediate priority: how to stabilize our economy, bring down inflation, stabilize our currency, and run the economy in a transparent and accountable manner. Through a homegrown fiscal policy, we intend to alleviate the economic strain on citizens by removing some of the burdensome taxes and prioritize efficient revenue generation. is our intention to capture more of the informal sector into the tax net so that we can fairly share the burden and incidence of taxation. The 24-hour economy policy, inspired by and tailored on global success models, will play a strategic role in this endeavor. This transformative initiative will create sustainable jobs, modernize our economy, and unlock Ghana's growth potential. In addition to this, healthcare is another urgent focus of our administration. We will prioritize investments in infrastructure and human resources to ensure accessible quality medical care. We shall continue abundant health projects and operationalize them as key steps towards expanding healthcare access nationwide. My brothers and sisters, let me at this stage commend and congratulate the women of Ghana for the historic achievement in electing for the first time a female as the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. By this action, we have broken the first glass ceiling to allow our women to progress even to the highest offices of the land. But there still remains one ceiling, and that is a concrete ceiling. And I assure you that myself and Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman are going to work to break the concrete ceiling so that the next generation of women can follow and aspire even to the presidency of this country. Amir, Chairman, my brothers and sisters, good governance is the foundation upon which a nation's progress rests. In this light, transparency, accountability, and ethical leadership will define this administration. We shall pass a code of conduct for our office holders, and they will strictly abide by that code of conduct. We shall carry out comprehensive audits in order to establish what the situation of our state-owned enterprises and parastatals are. We shall operationalize the Operation Recover All the Loot and investigate persons we believe have engaged in misappropriation of public property and pursue them to recover such property. We will strengthen the institutions of accountability, that is the anti-corruption institutions, in order to ensure that public trust is restored. The Reset Agenda is a call to action for every Ghanaian to join in building a nation where justice, peace, and progress will flourish. It is imperative that we work together. I urge the Ahmadiyya Muslim community to continue its invaluable contribution to our education, healthcare, and social services in partnership with government. Together we can overcome obstacles and create a brighter future for all. Amir Chairman, on behalf of the people of Ghana, I express my deepest gratitude to your Muslim community for its steadfast commitment to Ghana's socio-economic development. Your schools, your hospitals, your humanitarian initiatives through humanity first exemplify what is possible when compassion is combined with action. Last year, as I stood on this ground, in my conversation with the Amir, I came to the realization that these holy grounds were formerly the well-known state-owned Pomadze poultry farm. And when I stood at the podium, I promised you that if God answered our heart's desire and I'm elected president, I will work with your Ahmadiyya Muslim mission to restore the Pomadze poultry farm back to its days of glory. I want us to work to make the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission one of the biggest supplier of chicken in this country. I intend to keep that promise I made, and I've already whispered to the Amir some of the steps that I have started taking. This farm will become an example and would lead the way to encourage other faith-based organizations to realize that they can go into income-generating projects, both to generate funds for the missions and also to provide jobs for their congregants. It will encourage faith-based organizations to look into income-generating projects, especially in the agribusiness space. And so, Maulana Noor, you will soon be hearing from me. You'll receive some visitors who will come and start working with you on the feasibility study. And soon, I'll be your ambassador to look for the funding to be able to establish this objective that we have set ourselves. Maulana Noor, my brothers and sisters, with the support of the people of Ghana, coupled with the dedication of our administration and the blessings of the Almighty Allah, I'm confident that Ghana's brightest days are ahead of us, not behind us. Together we shall reset Ghana and build a nation whose fruits of justice, peace, and prosperity will benefit all of us. Let us come together and build the Ghana we all want. May Allah guide our efforts and bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your kind attention.